Hola, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Weeknights, a little bit of content brought to you by the Knights at the Nerd Table. I'm Nate, and I'll be your host for this evening. Weeknights is a quick rundown of some of the nerdy things you might have missed in the past week-ish. If you like the content, please check out some of our full-length episodes of Knights at the Nerd Table, anywhere you can listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. You can also find us other places, including but not limited to Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and last but not least, Patreon.com. With the exception of a few four-flavor things, all of our additional content on Patreon is available no matter what tier you sub to, and they start as low as $1. Your support helps us keep making content and helps us bribe our wives with treats so they let us do dumb stuff like talk for hours and hours about Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars and even Pokemon. So without further ado, let's get into it. Well, Pokemon trainers, looks like you might have to spend a little more time out in the world to catch the big ones. Starting April 6th of this year, one remote raid pass will cost 195 coins, and a 3-pack will cost 525 coins. That is a price increase for the coins. Niantic is trying to address some of the spoofers and spammers. Players will also only be allowed to fight in 5 raid battles per day remotely. So if you're not on location, you can only participate in 5 remote raids. So spoofers and spammers might have to adjust their playstyle just a little bit. Players are pretty upset about this change, and maybe they should be. While the update will minimize those who sit in their mom's basements and all day go on raids, it also hurts players who live in more rural areas, further limiting what they can already only do. We will see how the community responds as the update is set to launch later this week, but it is going to change the way some might play the game currently. This past weekend was opening weekend for Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Lots of fun, and there is limited merch floating around that might already all be gone, depending on what theater you may be gone to. And the movie brought in $38.5 million opening weekend domestically. Currently, the movie has 7.6 on IMDb and has a Rotten Tomatoes scores of 91%. For some perspective, when Shazam came out, a DC superhero movie, it brought in $30 million opening weekend, pretty much under what it was supposed to. And John Wick 4 brought in $73 million. So, was it the most successful movie weekend we've seen so far of the spring, the summer, D&D? No, not so. Absolutely not. Is it super fun to watch for nerds and non-nerds alike? Absolutely it is. So, if you haven't seen it and you want to go see it, go check it out. It's a good watch. Speaking of D&D, last week was the D&D Direct, and there were a lot of fun announcements for the future of D&D, including progress and updates on their virtual tabletop experience, as well as revealing several future content modules coming to us over the next 3 years. Among those were some store events. Also among the announcements were some store events coming April 7th through the 9th. Game stores in US and Canada will be running a Voyage to Stormwreck Isle, an introductory 30-minute demo. You'll have ready-to-main characters chosen for you so you can just sit down and play. You can also add some Minecraft to your D&D table with the announcement of the Minecraft Monsters Compendium, a collection of Minecraft monsters to add to your games. You can head over to D&D Beyond for a recap page, or if you are one of our Patreon subscribers, head over to our Patreon for a live reaction video of the D&D Direct in its entirety. So if you like participating in live events, maybe you're a Magic the Gathering fan, I think these are going to run pretty similar to that, where you're going to show up, probably get set in a group, get handed a character, and play this 30-minute mini-shot Voyage to Stormwreck Isle as sort of an introductory to Dungeons and Dragons. So it might be fun if you haven't played D&D in a while. It might be fun if you've been thinking about playing D&D and never had an opportunity. Call around your local game store and see where you might be able to catch one of those games. You can always go to quick way to do that pull up your phone right now, Google MTG near me. It'll pull up a store locator that sells Wizards of the Coast product, and should have an events page there as well. New trailer for the next big Marvel series is out as well. Secret Wars will follow Nick Fury in what looks like to be a very fun spy espionage type of series. You can find the trailer everywhere, YouTube, quick Google there. And this show is set to hit Disney Plus June 21st. A second trailer also, another trailer, not like a second trailer, but like another trailer. But it's the first trailer for Blue Beetle. DC also dropped, almost maybe as a call and response to the Marvel trailer for their series. Blue Beetle will be in later of the summer, August 18th. You'll see that in theaters, so it's not a show. Both look super cool and exciting, two different styles. Also, George Lopez is in the Blue Beetle. I guess he got another big role there, so it looks like a super fun movie. Both look amazing. Finally, and easily our biggest story, as more changes come to the world, we see the end of an era. E3 has officially been canceled. The Electronic Entertainment Expo has long been a staple for big and independent companies to reveal big stuff coming out of their studios. Since the COVID shut down the conference in 2020, the road to recovery has certainly been difficult. And while most of the big companies took to doing directs, it seemed that model has become the new norm. I personally have super fond memories of watching E3 presentations from Xbox, Nintendo, and it is a little bit of a bummer, but it brings a close to like this beloved calendar event as well. Prior to the announcement, companies had already pulled out. The big three had already pulled out of E3, so it's not really a crazy left-wing shocker. Like, well, where did that come from? We kind of knew that something like this might be on the horizon. 2020, no E3. I think 2021, a virtual E3. 2022, kind of a we're back live E3, but this year there's no E3. So, if you're looking forward to that, I'm sure all summer you'll be able to catch the big three and other companies doing directs of sort to learn about what's new, what's coming, things like that. But E3 is indeed coming to an end. Speaking of things coming to an end, that's it for this week's episode of Weeknights. If you like the content, please give us a like or a follow anywhere you can find us, including but not limited to Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and last but not least, Patreon.com. We have an updated tiers for you, like I said, so you can join in as low as $1 a month. If you choose to do that, thank you so much for your support, and thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. We will see you at the table next time, but until then, good night, nerds.